This is case D553455, Zamora case. Parties are present. We're on for a return from FMC. Court received a letter dated September 19th that no agreement was reached at FMC. Court has also received a letter dated September 8th, 2017 that indicates that to date the plaintiff father has not yet completed the Donna House orientation process. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, because I called them and when I got the letter, I had two different times, one for like 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. So I called them and they didn't return my phone call, so I didn't know which time to pick or how to go about it because this is my first time. So I was waiting for a phone call, and never received a phone call. And then my son actually told me, he said, "Hey, we're going to see you either today or tomorrow." And I said, "Okay, well, let me know when, because I'm trying to get a hold of these people, and they're not returning my phone call, so I don't know what time to go, or if I even have to, which one to pick, 1 or 2. So, and then and it's hard for me to get around because she has a vehicle, so I kind of have to ask friends or borrow a car or.
All right. So, do you want to see your child?
Yeah, I want to see him. I just didn't know what time because there was 2 times on the paper.
You haven't even done the orientation yet.
I didn't even know there was an orientation.
That concerns me.
Well, that's why I called them to see if I have to do orientation or what time or what.
And I guess on the way out, you can go in there and have them explain it to you as carefully as they can that you have to go to orientation.
Yeah, that's fine.
Before you have visitation.
Well, see, they didn't. That's fine. Okay. Well, see, they didn't tell me that when we left here. I went in and they didn't say it had to do orientation or anything.
You know what, Madam Clerk? Go ahead and make a copy for him so he can hand him a copy of what we're talking about so there is no misunderstanding whatsoever. Then we'll see if Mr. Zamora actually has his visitation. And then on the return, if it's not happening or whatever we need to do, the court will, I guess, set a trial date at that point. So I'm guessing you want to get through the holidays before you come back?
Whatever's clever.
It's up to you. I still want to come back in a month or 2 and we're doing the same thing. I need a period of time where he can show that he actually shows up to supervised visitation.
Right.
Because if he's not showing up to that, I'm going to have concern whether and what he does with unsupervised visitation.
Right.
So we will continue the matter on the. Is your criminal case done yet, Mr. Zamora?
No.
When is that going to be done?
I'm hoping by the end of next month.
I'm hoping so too, because then we can deal with it one way or the other. Let me know that I'll let you know that if you end up pleading, it's a factor that this court has to take in consideration. I think that discussion was already brought up, though.
Your Honor, I
Yes.
did get a subpoena in the mail for a witness for his trial in October.
Okay.
And I know that does, kind of weigh everything out, but do we want to wait until after we go to...
Oh, it's going to be first of the year till you're back here again.
Okay, I see.
Because here's the thing. Criminal trials historically will get bumped once or twice. So even though you're set for, you need to show up under that subpoena, but it may get continued once or twice before it actually occurs.
I show up to everything.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be better safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have the
January?
return date in here as January 10th. Madam Clerk, have we had the CMC in this case yet?
Yes, July 26th.
We already did that? Okay. So it'll be entitled a status check on the defendant's Donna House visitation as well as a calendar call. And then if the matter's still not resolved by that date, then we'll set you a trial date shortly after that. Okay?
Your Honor, there was a couple of questions I had. Right now, we're going through and we're selling the house. I've been trying to get him to sell it since January.
Well, let me jump in and not to cut you off, but you guys can work out your financial stuff anytime during it. I can refer you to also the we don't have any senior settlement judge slots, or I'd do that until like February or March. I do have a UNLV mediation program that is law students and professors that could assist you be a mediator and try to get that done. Would you like?
For the
Absolutely.
financial?
You can do that whenever you want, but that has to be by your guys' agreement.
That's usually a problem.
Okay? You want to get your financial stuff done?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's fine.
she doesn't communicate on anything, so it's hard to even come to some type of agreement. Just like when we went to the mediator, she didn't want to agree to anything, so
I agreed to Donna House, Your Honor, but
I-
we're gonna close escrow on the house, and
Okay.
of course it'll go 50-50. But the problem is that I'm supporting everything and everybody all by myself right
That's
now.
fine. How soon can we get him into UNLV, Madam Clerk?
I'd have to call if I don't.
But again, that's by your agreement that you want to do that, because usually we do custody first and then the other. But given the circumstances with you with the pending criminal case, I have no, I don't want to try to hold up your other stuff. You can get that fixed.
Yeah.
Sell the house and things like
For
that.
UNLV,
Well, yeah, it's a UNLV mediation program, and again, they're only going to address your assets and your debts.
mediation program. And what time on the 10th, Your Honor?
The return date back in here is going to be at 1:30 on the 10th.
I'm sorry. 2:30 really stinks.
Sorry?
We're picking up kids.
No, 1:30. Right.
Much better. Okay.
I have October 10th at 12:30, Judge? Or October 11th at 5?
That's up to you guys.
October 10th at 1:30?
12:30,
12:30?
is that a good one?
Yeah, that's fine.
User?
Yeah.
October 10th at 12:30, I will email you the case number.
You can remember those dates?
Sure.
Okay.
And your name is Peggy Ruiz? Okay, thanks.
So to have any kind of, other than the UNLV, to have any kind of child support order put in place, I would have to go and file child support. That's not covered under the divorce.
Thank you.
Uh, there was not a order prior to.
No.
Well, going off as FDF, he's claiming he's just doing car washes. So the most I could order, given the fact there's 2 kids, would be $200 a month.
He's not even doing car washes. He refuses to get a job.
I can order the minimum. It'll be
$200
$200 a month.
That's not true because she won't let me do the car wash.
I will. I'll make that effective. We'll start. I'm not going to deal with any retroactive until the time of trial, and you guys can discuss that issue with the mediation people. But starting in October, going forward, it will be $200 a month. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
$100 minimum per child.
Are you all done with this?
Sorry.
Are you all done with this, Your Honor?
Hold on. I think we got.
Yeah,
I know they're
got
trying to
that
get out
one.
here for
It's coming.
to get kids. I'm guessing.
Yeah, like between like 2 and 3, the streets are crazy full of kids and minors around it.
If you want, we could just mail you your copy. It's gonna be. It might be a minute or two.
No worries, I'm not in a hurry. It's
2
okay.
seconds, I'm just trying to get this.
No worries. have one other question. What happens if one of the children does not want to visit? Do I have to force them?
Let me just let you know, it might be a factor to take consideration. The Donna's House people will note that on their own, but yes, you should bring them to the visitation and let them see what happens during it. That'd be my suggestion to you.
Okay. She's just 5, and the last thing she saw was him beating her mom up. So she's not, like, a fan.
This is one we're doing for UNLV, Madam Clerk?
Yes, I'm gonna write up
Why is
there.
there any, there's pay and there's like not a waiver of,
Did I print the wrong one? Yes, I did. That's what happens when I'm trying to do it. I'm not smart if you can put them in order for me, because I have to go through each form when I'm looking.
Do I need to redo my orientation at Donna House, or the last one will be for good?
you only have to go once. You got your copy of the letter?
Yep.
You can go off the record, Madam Clerk.